and welcome to episode 3 of the Join It in the Round podcast. For this week's episode, I'm a little short on knitting content, so I've brought my husband, Preston, onto the podcast to play the Fiber Friends tag that you may have seen going around on other podcasts here on YouTube. We're a little late to the party, but that's okay. So I'm just going to go through these questions, and we will enjoy his answers.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
All right. What is your favorite thing that I've knit for you?
Probably the wedding socks.
Wedding socks. So before we got married, the week of, I think it was the night that you dropped me off, the night before our wedding, after the rehearsal dinner, I gave him a pair of socks that I had been knitting on, and it had a tag on it that said, "So you don't get cold feet." And that was the first pair of socks I knit for you. All right. Favorite thing that I've knit, like ever. It could be something for you. It could just be something that I've made.
Probably still those socks.
Still the socks. How long have I been knitting?
How long have you been knitting?
Mm-hmm.
Not how long have you had your business?
How long have I been knitting?
10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, it was summer, the summer that I was 12. I'm 42 now, so yeah. Wow. I actually had to calculate when I heard the question. I'm like, how long have I been knitting? Would you go to a fiber festival with me? Apparently.
Yeah.
Does it bother you when I take you to the yarn store?
No.
No.
Unless it has death.
Yeah. Like when they're burning a mint candle all throughout the store, and I'm severely allergic to mint. That was rough. What is the coolest thing you've learned from my addiction?
Good question.
He didn't think the questions were going to be this deep.
Yeah. Then the coolest thing I've learned is that it's just your passion for it. Honestly, that really is a change through it.
Aww. He's the sweetest. You can't have him. Have you ever wanted to learn to knit? He actually does know how to knit. I taught him.
I know a little bit of how to knit.
So let's rephrase it. Would you ever want to take it up as a hobby for yourself?
Probably not.
That's fair. That's fair. Does it bother you when I buy yarn?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Because I haven't come home yet and been like, hey, don't look in that closet and don't look at our bank account. Yet. What do you think about me podcasting?
I think it's a good idea. I haven't been able to watch any of them yet.
Well, you can now that I've showed you the cardigan.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you ever think that was something that I would do? Like, do I strike you as a podcasty type?
I guess I hadn't thought of it, no.
Fair enough. I actually called my mom yesterday and was talking on the phone to her, and I said, because I was telling her that we were going to do this, and I said, did Katie tell you did she tell you I have a knitting podcast? No. She's been out of the loop. But that's okay, because I was knitting something for her, so she hasn't seen that either. Do you know the difference in weights of yarn? I mean, like, obviously they feel different.
Yeah.
Do you know the names, and do you know how to tell what's what?
All right, so we've got, probably one.
Yeah, no, I don't even know order.
We've got...
There's a few that I don't even, like, entirely...
fingering weights.
Mm-hmm.
It's a worsted weight?
Worsted, yeah.
Worsted, okay. We've got
There's like 9 other ones, but again, some of those I'm not 100% sure the difference.
Yep. I know fingering and worsted.
Worsted. There's also like Aran, which is
Didn't know that one.
slightly thicker than worsted. Bulky, super bulky.
I didn't know they were called bulky.
Lace weight.
Oh,
Yeah, but what I was saying is I'm not 100% sure the difference between lace and cobweb. I would think that if I saw them beside each other, I could probably tell, but what is your favorite yarn company or indie dyer?
My favorite? What about that big bulky one that you had that you made that?
Oh yeah, the Vernay blanket. Do you know how much an average skein costs?
I know you told me 22 for, I don't know which one that was. Worsted weight? The skein of 22? That's my best guess.
Sort of. About $24 to $28 is the average for a skein of yarn. If I asked you to buy yarn for me, what would you do?
I would probably bring you along to buy the yarn because I'm not picking you out colors. Although I did do that whenever we were dating.
Well, you've done it. You did it last Christmas too.
That's true.
Of course, I sort of said, "Hey, I like this brand," and then let you go from there. You pick the colors, but you pick good colors. How much yarn do you think I buy in a month?
Probably 5 skeins.
It used to be a lot more, but here lately, I mean, it's rare that I even buy a skein. So, like, within the last couple months, I got a lot for that Yarn Wishes Granted on Instagram. And then, like, we bought the Vernay blanket, and then I bought some on Cyber Monday. But as far as, like, me actually just ordering a skein just because of it, it's been a while. Can I yarn bomb the house?
I don't know what that is.
That's like I would knit like big panels and then just wrap it around like our front door, our couch, our everything.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Or my house, technically.
Yeah, I mean technically it's the landlord's house, so take it outside, wrap it around the trees and stuff. They said we had landscaping privileges. About knitting, would you consider me obsessed, interested, or dabbling?
I'd say obsessed out of those.
Yeah, I don't even know why this is. Like, I'm here and I have a knitting podcast. At that point, you're pretty much obsessed. All right, I'm going to give you a list of abbreviations and terms. You tell me what they mean.
Okay.
FO.
Not a clue. What does that one mean?
Finished object.
Finished object. Okay, that makes sense.
UFO.
Unfinished object. A.
HO.
Handmade object?
Half object.
Half top.
Like if you're making a pair of socks and you have one done.
I got you.
WIP. WIP.
Oh, work in progress.
Yes. BFL.
No idea.
Blue-faced Leicester. It's a kind of sheep and a kind of fiber. I didn't know that one until like last year anyway. And this one I actually had to figure out what it meant because I wasn't sure. MCN.
MCN? Media Control Network.
Media Control Network. Merino Cashmere Nylon.
Okay.
It's a blend. LYS.
Love Yarn Sew?
Local yarn store.
Local yarn store, that would make sense. Yeah.
So our local yarn store, unfortunately, is the one that's 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
Not quite local, but you do what you gotta do. Tink. It's not an abbreviation, it's a term.
Oh, you told me this once. No idea.
It's so tink is knit backwards.
Oh yeah.
So it's like if you only had to go back a few stitches instead of like, unraveling entirely. So to only go back a few stitches, you would tink it.
Good.
Frog. I have told you about this one.
Have you?
Mm-hmm. And I've said, you know why it's called frogging?
Oh, I've forgotten completely. Is it a small amphibian creature that jumps around?
A different kind of frog.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Because you rip it.
Oh, yeah. You did.
So it's like total unraveling. All right, and then the last one. This one has a double meaning. I didn't actually know 100% what the second one stood for, but SSK.
SSK. No clue.
So it means slip, slip, knit, which is a kind of stitch you can do. Or there's an event, annual event. I don't even remember where it is. It's not near me, otherwise I would know about it. But it's called SSK. If you could have me knit you anything, what would you want? A cape. Cape. That's a lot of knitting. That's a lot of stockinette stitch. Can it be sparkly? Do you wear the things I knit you?
Until I lose them, yes.
Yes, he does. Which, as of now, is 2 pairs of socks, 2 hats, a scarf that's been missing for a while.
Yeah.
And I'm still working on the cardigan.
Well, I technically have worn the cardigan.
Yeah, can you try it on? What are some other uses for knitting needles? This is just a generic, what else could you use a knitting needle for? Not like there's a specific answer.
Well, they're pretty good as a crime deterrent if you leave them on the ground. Also pretty good as a crime deterrent if you keep it in your hand.
True story.
If you were in a pinch, you could use it as a coffee stirrer.
In a pinch.
As if the
I must stir my coffee! What will I do? Wait!
If you had an ink, like an ink pool, you could use.
You use it as
an ink pen, I guess.
I've got some decorative on my wall. The episode of this that I watched, Suburban Stitcher, her husband said you could use it as like a skewer.
You could use it as a skewer.
You could use it as a skewer and make some kebabs. All right. Am I a product or a process knitter?
Meaning?
So a product knitter is I knit it just to have the finished object, and a process knitter is I knit for the love of like enjoying the knitting.
I'd say you're a bit of both.
Yeah, that was gonna be my answer too.
Yeah.
I really like having the finished object, and I enjoy knitting it. But at some point, I get to the point where it's like, okay, I want this done. I don't even care. Like the cardigan. No, I'm kidding. Do you think I need more stash?
I think the only appropriate answer to say is yes.
Well. Okay then. How do fiber crafts help me?
They're pretty good at helping you focus on other things. If your mind's weighed down, or they seem to just pick you up. You seem to get excited about combinations, colors, and stuff.
Can you explain the difference between knitting, crocheting, spinning, and weaving?
Knitting, you use 2 needles.
Mm-hmm.
Crocheting, I believe you use a needle and a hook. Or you use 2 hooks?
You just use 1 hook.
Just 1 hook?
Mm-hmm.
There's no other thing?
No. Crocheting is just one hook.
Okay then.
He's like, why did I learn to knit and not crochet?
I know, right?
So he's much easier.
Spinning? Are we talking about when you're turning a skein into a ball? Or is it something else? Something else? No, it is.
It's when you turn the raw fiber into yarn.
Oh.
And weaving.
That would be done with your hands, right? Okay.
Or like a weaving hook.
Okay.
But what is weaving?
It's the last name of an actor.
How do you explain me being a knitter to other people or my job? Like if somebody from work asked, what does your wife do? What would you say?
She's a knitter. It's deep. We don't have conversations over this.
You don't associate those with those people. You don't have to. Watch, now they're going to watch this.
I know. I'd say that...
If someone says, hey, what does your wife do for a living?
She has a small business. Hopefully make it.
Yeah, one day. Yarn store. Oh. Dying, maybe one day. Not.
Wait, well, I mean, yeah.
DYE. Y'all, you guys know. All right. What's something you wish I did as much as I knit? This could be a trick question.
This seems like this is a good way to get me in trouble. Let's see what this seems like. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to cop out and not answer this question.
Well, I was about to say I wish I exercised, but no.
I
die.
Yeah.
I die. Maybe as regular, still not quite as regular, just as more of a day-to-day thing. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. There's not really anything. If I died tomorrow, what would you do with my stash?
What?
He wasn't expecting this question.
Yeah, bury it with you. I don't know. I'd probably have to keep it.
You could knit something from it.
Don't think that would happen.
Yeah, so I would say give first dibs to people I know, and then probably either donate it to, well, they've donated yarn to the church before. We don't have anything that we're doing with that right now, but probably like the nicer stuff, you can sell that. Don't bury it with me. Well, maybe bury like a skein in memoriam. The bugs are gonna eat it. Does it embarrass you when I knit in public or around your family?
No.
Good answer. Does anyone say anything about it behind my back?
Not that I'm aware of. They don't say it to me. If
They say it behind his back too. What do I knit the most of?
Most.
I have to think about that too. I'm not even sure.
Honestly, you've done a lot of socks, despite not really liking doing socks.
No, it's not that I don't like doing socks. It's just I'm really bad about getting them done in a timely fashion. On that note, check out in our Ravelry group, I opened the Joyful Souls sock knit along. Carry on. What do I knit the most of?
That, maybe gloves.
Oh, the fingerless gloves. I would say actually probably knit fingerless gloves more so than anything else. Why do you think I knit? Yeah, I mean that's really that's a pretty good answer. I mean, I don't know why else I would spend so much time on something. On a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being worst, 5 best, what would you say my craft skill level is?
I guess I'm comparing this to other people that I've seen knitting. I don't know. I'd say you're probably not the best yet. So I'd say 8.
1 to 5.
Oh.
Hey.
I wasn't paying attention.
1 to 5. 4. That's fair. I'd say 4 as well. I don't know. Maybe 3.5.
Yeah.
Well, craft skill level.
Yeah. I'll go with 4.
4.
I'm sticking with 4.
Okay. How many subscribers do you think I have on YouTube?
I don't actually know. I know I'm subscribed to you, but I would say 25?
I think it's like 10.
Aw.
If you're watching this, subscribe. Or, well, just at least don't unfollow. How many followers on Instagram?
Ooh, you showed me this not too long ago. 1,000 bucks?
Oh my god, no, I wish.
Oh. When did I see that we had 1,000?
That was probably the post.
Oh, yeah. I don't use Instagram.
How many followers do you think I have on Instagram?
37.
470
Well,
some.
that's a lot more than I thought.
That's a lot.
I don't even know what that means.
It means people that have followed me and therefore my posts show up when they go to Instagram.
I don't know.
Do you have a favorite podcast I watch? Oh, wait, hang on. Sorry, I skipped one. Well, sure, go ahead. Do you have a favorite podcast I watch?
No.
Yeah, I know. I don't really watch him when he's home, so
Yeah.
not because I can't. I just choose to. We just usually choose to watch something together. I skipped over. Have you ever watched my podcast? But we just clarified that. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or can you name podcasts I watch?
That I might be able to do. It's, what's the one you really like? Yarn Hoarder?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought there was another one, but I don't remember.
I just said it a little while ago.
Did you?
Uh-huh. I have a couple new ones too.
Sorry, I don't remember.
It's okay. Stranded podcast.
Oh yeah.
Suburban Stitcher.
Mm-hmm.
Grocery Girls.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I forgot a lot of them.
That's good. If I knit a sweater that was hideous, would you wear it?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, this thing is like green and purple, like, and it's not just variegated, but it pooled badly. Like, there's splotches, and it's got mohair in it, so it's got like a fuzzy halo all over it. It's soft as all heck, but
do I look like
it
somebody
is-
who wouldn't wear it?
I don't know. I just
I'd wear
sure.
it.
Okay, he'd wear it. He'd wear it around the house, maybe. I don't know if he'd wear it in public.
Probably not.
I wouldn't want him to wear it. Okay, just in general, if I knit you a sweater, would you wear it?
Yeah.
Well, good. I hope so.
Yeah, you're doing that right now.
I've been slaving away on that thing since October. Do I need to go on a fiber diet, as in yarn diet, as in don't buy?
No, I don't think so.
Fair enough. As we already established, I'm not really buying yarn right now, so. And then the final question: how much do you think my stash is worth?
Oh God.
I don't even know,
Yeah.
but like, how much? Just guess. Assuming that. Okay, so I would have to say not every skein in there is worth 25 to 26 because I've got a lot of like red heart over in that shelf. But I do have that entire bucket of that $5 skein baby yarn, all the $25 stuff up there, ribbon, thread, cotton.
Let's see.
Not any of like the $90, $70 skein. What it is, like actually have gold in it or something that we saw that one time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't have any of that. Just
200-ish.
oh no, I'd say way more than that.
I am not.
That's okay. Anyway, that's it for the game.
Okay.
Anything that you would like to tell the audience about yourself? He's like, I was all good for this until we said about yourself.
Yeah. Oh, I'm married to her. So I'm lucky.
This is Preston. Mr. Pearls.
I've been called worse.
All right, I will be back in 2 weeks with a regular episode. Hope you're all having a great start to 2019. Remember to, let's see, how do I end it? I'm still getting the hang of the intro and outro. I realized last time I didn't even introduce my podcast, like, as in, this is a podcast about knitting, and it's a negativity-free podcast. Positivity only sounds better than negativity-free. Also, it's easier to say, apparently. Yes, so look for gratitude every day. Take care of yourself, and remember to find joy in the moment.